Every anime fan today loves JJK and Demon Slayer, but ask them about Bleach and half of them will say they never heard of it. The other half will argue in the comments. Here's the problem, the anime you love right now wouldn't exist without Bleach. Let me show you why. What's up guys? Today we're talking about Bleach, the big three member who got left behind. The show everyone forgot about during the anime boom. The series people say fell off without finishing. But here's what nobody wants to admit. Bleach shaped modern shonen anime more than you think. Your favorite new gen? Bleach did those things first. Domain expansions, elite squads of specialized fighters, drip so hard characters need their own fashion show? Bleach is behind all of that. It disappeared for 10 years. The anime ended in 2012, came back in 2022 with Thousand Year Blood War. By then, a whole generation of anime fans grew up without watching Bleach. They binged Demon Slayer during COVID, they caught up on JJK during lockdown. Bleach was old news, a relic, something their older siblings watched. The disconnect is wild. Bleach inspired the shows you love today, but because the timing was off, nobody gives it credit. So today we're fixing this. We're breaking down exactly how Bleach influenced modern anime, starting with the two biggest examples. Let's talk about why Bleach gets no respect, despite deserving all of it. Bleach was part of the big three alongside Naruto and One Piece. From 2004 to 2012, Bleach was everywhere. Peak Bleach competed with peak Naruto. The show had cultural impact. People dressed as Shinigami for Halloween. Zanbakuto were the coolest weapons in anime. Everyone had opinions about which captain was strongest. Then, the anime ended in 2012, right before the final arc. The manga kept going, but anime fans moved on. Naruto kept going, One Piece kept going, but Bleach, it's gone. Fast forward to 2020, COVID hits, everyone's stuck at home. Anime explodes in mainstream popularity. Anime like Demon Slayer and JJK drop in and break the internet completely. New fans pour into anime by the millions, but Bleach is nowhere to be seen. The anime ended 8 years ago. New fans aren't watching old shows. They watch what's trending now, what's on Crunchyroll's front page, what their friends are watching. So when Bleach finally comes back in 2022 with Thousand Year Blood War, the damage is done. A whole generation of anime fans never watched the original Bleach. They don't understand the influence. They don't see the connections. They watch JJK and think domain expansion is original. It's a great concept, but let's not forget about Bankai. Demon Slayer has the Hashira system, which everyone thinks is fresh, which of course it is, but let's not forget about the captains. They don't know Bleach did these concepts first because they've never watched it. That's the problem. It's not the show's fault. It's not the fans' fault. It's just timing. Let's start with JJK because the influence here is so obvious. You need to be blind to miss this. As I mentioned, domain expansion, the coolest power system in modern anime. You create a separate space where your technique becomes guaranteed to hit. The environment reflects your personality. The visuals are stunning. Everyone loses their minds when someone drops their domain. Does that sound familiar? Because Bleach did this with Bankai. Bankai transforms your weapon and powers. The transformation reflects your soul. The reveal is always hype. The power spike is massive. Everyone loses their minds when someone drops their Bankai. The structure is identical. Both systems have a base form, Shikai versus Kaz technique. Both have an ultimate form, Bankai versus domain expansion. And both ultimate forms are massive power increases. They're both also kept secret until the perfect dramatic moment. And they're also both visual spectacles designed to make you go. Now, it's not a secret that Gege Akutami is a known Bleach fan. The man loves Bleach, and you see this everywhere in JJK. Characters stand in iconic poses before fighting. Special grade curses have distinct personalities and unique designs like the Espada. You've got characters like Skuna, who mirrors Grimjo as an overwhelming force with a cocky personality. You don't see much of Gojo, one of the strongest characters. Sound familiar? All Bleach. Even the pacing. JJK moves fast. Fights are quick and brutal. No 20-episode training arcs. Bleach at its best did the same thing. Soul Society arc is perfectly paced. Characters fight, lose, train for a bit, fight again, win. Quick, efficient, fight. JJK characters have style. The uniforms, the accessories, the way everyone has a distinct silhouette. You know who's who from their outline alone. Bleach pioneered this in shonen. Every captain has a distinct look. Every Espada has unique design elements. You see Byakuya's scarf from a mile away. You recognize Zaraki's bells before he turns around. You know Ulquiorra by his tear marks. Modern shonen learn from Bleach. Make your characters look cool. Design matters. Fashion matters. Give every character drip and fans will cosplay them forever. Now let's talk Demon Slayer because this one is even more obvious once you see the connections. At its core, Demon Slayer and Bleach have very similar premises. Replace the demons with hollows, replace demon slayers with soul reapers, replace breathing techniques with Zanbakuto abilities, and you get a very similar show, just a different style. Now I'm not saying Demon Slayer copied Bleach, I'm just saying that Bleach established the template. Demon Slayer refined and modernized the formula, but the foundation, it was Bleach. The concept of the Hashira is very similar to the Gotei 13. Both of them introduced this elite group that you aspire to join. They each have their own backstories, and they have arcs where they face the next biggest threat. The dynamics match. They have internal disagreements, but they ultimately work together. Demon Slayer is famous for its gorgeous animation, the water effects, the fire effects, the way breathing techniques create visual representations of elements as if they're magic. And of course, Bleach has this with the Zanbakuto. Every Shikai in Bankai has stunning visuals. You've got ice flowers blooming when Toshio attacks, cherry blossoms swirling when Senbon Sakura activates, flames erupting when Yamamoto releases his Bankai. The effects aren't necessary for the attacks to work, they're there because they look cool as fuck. Demon Slayer learned from this. Make the visuals spectacular, give people something beautiful to screenshot, make every attack feel like art. We need to talk about how Bleach made style matter in shonen anime. Before Bleach, shonen characters wore the same outfit every episode. Goku wore his gi, Luffy wore his vest, Naruto wore his orange jumpsuit. Functional, simple, boring. Bleach said, what if everyone looked like they stepped out of a fashion magazine? Captains have flowing white coats, characters have unique accessories, hairstyles are wild, everyone looks cool even when they're standing still. This changed shonen forever. Now every modern anime pays attention to character design. JJK characters have style, Demon Slayer characters have memorable designs, Chainsaw Man characters look distinct, My Hero Academia has hero costumes as a major element. Bleach proved if your characters look cool, people are gonna watch. Design matters just as much as story, and Tite Kubo is a fashion designer first, mangaka second, and modern anime learned from him. Bleach openings are legendary. Asterisk, Rolling Star, Rambo no Melody. These songs define an era. You hear the first note and you're transported back. If I could, I'd put them on full blast and vibe with you guys, but unfortunately YouTube copyright has other plans. Bleach also used music in fights. Character themes play during big moments. The soundtrack tells you when something important is happening. Music and action sync up perfectly. Honestly, it could be argued that Bleach has the best soundtrack of the big three. Modern anime does this now. Demon Slayer using music to enhance emotional moments. JJK has character themes that play during big reveals. We've seen soundtracks used before, but the way Bleach did it was revolutionary. Here's the sad truth. Bleach influenced everything, but Bleach gets no credit. New fans watch JJK and praise domain expansion without knowing about Bankai. New fans watch Demon Slayer and love the Hashira without knowing the Gote 13. New fans watch modern shonen and think that the ideas are original. This is timing, this is the 10-year age gap. This is what happens when your anime ends right before the boom. But here's what gives me hope. Thousand Year Blood War is back. The animation is incredible. New fans are discovering Bleach for the first time, and slowly people are connecting the dots. Wait, this feels like JJK. Hold up, isn't this similar to Demon Slayer? Why does this look like every modern anime I love? Because Bleach did that. Bleach set the standard. Bleach built the foundation modern shonen stands on. Is Bleach perfect? No. The show has problems. Filler arcs are rough, the pacing drags in places, some arcs are better than others. But here's what matters. Bleach earned its place in anime history. Bleach proved swords are cool. Bleach proved style matters. Bleach proved organizations of elite fighters make great settings. And it proved transformation sequences don't need to be hype. You build a power system around dramatic reveals. Every modern shonen learned from Bleach. JJK redefined the formula. Demon Slayer perfected the visuals. Black Clover expanded the squad system. Chainsaw Man added darkness. My Hero Academia added structure. But they all stand on Bleach's shoulders. And when you watch Bleach now, you see the DNA of your favorite shows. You see where the ideas came from. You understand why Bleach mattered. So give Bleach its flowers. Watch Thousand Year Blood War. Go back and watch Soul Society arc. Appreciate what came before, because the anime you love today wouldn't exist without Bleach. So if you watch Bleach, are you planning to now? Let me know in the comments which modern anime you think took the most from Bleach. And remember, the next time someone says Bleach is outdated or irrelevant, remind them their favorite anime copied Bleach's homework and just changed the names. Until next time, keep watching anime, keep respecting the classics, and keep recognizing influence when you see this. Peace.